like peer review process is that strainer for your research. It's like the filter that sifts out all the unnecessary stuff, the biases, the unsupported claims, the errors, so that you can truly savor the essence of research without any distractions. So for me, it is that filter. And and it's like with any community forum, if you look at any community forum, there is a moderation stage, and that moderation stage is very important. Peer review is like that moderator. It lets the relevant in, keeps the irrelevant out, and it has been around for ages. Yes, there are discussions about how it needs to evolve, but I think nobody can question how crucial and important it is in the role or the purpose it serves. I think that we are at a point where the publishing landscape is like on this brink of transition. We see the rise of interdisciplinary research, there's open science, there is AI. So research is changing, the way researchers are conducting their research, that is changing, the researcher needs are changing. So it is only natural for the peer review process to also adapt to these changes. So for instance, with the rise of open access, open science, will peer review become more transparent? Will this bring in an era of open peer review? In addition, is it the era of interdisciplinary research? So I recently written an article in the Scholarly Kitchen about the paradox of hyper specialization and interdisciplinary research. So is peer review equipped to assess and validate interdisciplinary work? How can we balance the depth of a peer reviewer's expertise with the breadth of the interdisciplinary research that is taking place today? Another aspect to consider is the rise of AI. There's post-publication peer review. Is that perhaps another trend that we will see? And, we are also talking about global collaborations and, how are peer reviewers today able to accommodate those diverse perspectives? That will remain to be seen. So yes, the process needs to evolve, and what we hope is to explore and to initiate these conversations at Peer Review Week 2023 this year. So there's a backlog of papers that are awaiting review. That backlog keeps growing while the pool of available reviewers has not kept pace. So one of the key challenges I feel is just how do we expand that pool of peer reviewers? How do we make that pool of peer reviewers more diverse? Because that in itself, just bringing about diversity in terms of gender, in terms of geographic location, will, I think, bring in a more varied perspective. It will help reduce bias. It will help address several issues like being us able to handle interdisciplinary research or collaborative global projects. Of course, like I mentioned, we will have to rethink mechanisms to maintain the quality, especially for post-publication peer review as that gains traction. Additionally, how do we recognize and incentivize reviewers to get more people involved? I think that will be another factor to consider. If I'm thinking about, like, say, open science or open peer review, that to me seems to be the way forward. So how do we need to put in place systems that make it not only a requirement, but also make it rewarding, make it normative, make it easy, make it feasible for all stakeholders? So I think just balancing these factors to ensure that the transition is smooth will be critical. This theme was selected by different stakeholders within academia, and the fact that they chose this from among the other themes that were there meant that I think everybody recognizes that we are on the brink of transformation, and the fact that we've chosen this means that we are ready for that change now. We are accepting that something needs to change and we need to start discussing it. So I think that is a very, very positive sign. And if I was to say this, maybe in one line, I would probably say that it's time to go back to the drawing board to examine the current state and to think about the possibilities and the opportunities for peer review.